Hello, we are so excited that your student is going to join us for the 2021-2022 school year. This video is going to walk you through how to get them registered online. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be able to get into Skyward to register them online. In order to get to Skyward, you could go to our school website and go to Skyward Family Access on the right-hand side. Then you'll enter in your login ID and your password. Make sure that the login area says Family or Student Access and click Sign In. This will take you to a new dialog box that's going to show you that online registration is open for this school year. If you have multiple students, you will have a drop-down where you can select which student you're going to register. Click Go to Online Registration for your student. The first thing you're going to see is the 2021-2022 online registration. This is going to display the message that current students will be keeping their Chromebooks over the summer break. You can then move on to step 1, which is proof of residency info. This will be auto-filled with the information that you put in last year or the information that is currently in Skyward. You need to verify that the information is correct, and then you can edit the date by clicking Edit Step 1, change that date, and then click Complete Step 1. You should see there is now a green check mark that shows that this step is complete. You can now go to number 2, proof of residency documents. If you're on a computer, you can choose the file for proof of residency. You will need 2 files to prove your residency information. Select those files, and then you can click complete step 2 only. If you're unable to upload files, you can take these documents to your student's school, and the office will be able to verify your residency. This is the step that will finalize your online registration. Click complete step 2, and then you can move on to step 3. Step 3 is going to have different steps for you to verify information. Notice that in the red it says it is required, so this is a required step for you. There are some fields that are required, and then there are going to be some fields that are optional. This information is also pulled from last year, what is currently in Skyward. Once you verify your information, you can click Complete Step 3A and the next step, and repeat this process for the information that is currently in there. Again, this is pulled from last year or what is already in there. Complete next step. If you need to change any emergency contact information, you can do that here. If you need to delete an emergency contact, you may also do that here. When you are finished with that, complete the step and then move to your next step. The health information is also required, so these are required fields to fill out for health problems, allergy notes, medication, hospital, vision, hearing, or other concerns. When you're finished, hit complete step and the next step. The step 4 is to verify the ethnicity or the race. In order to do that, please hit continue. This is going to pull up your information already located in Skyward or pulled from last year. You may make any changes and then complete that step and then click next step. Step 5 is to make a fee payment. In order to make a fee payment, you are going to click on Make a Fee Payment. This is going to take you to RevTrack, which is where you'll be able to pay those fees. There will not be any additional fees this year. The only fees that will be associated are with the registration. Those required fields will be listed here, and you will be able to pay those here. When you are finished with that, you can X out of that menu, hit complete step, and move on to your next step. Step 6 is the MHS Student Handbook. Click on that link in order to pull up the folder that has all of our handbooks for our district. This is the place that you can look at those handbooks and look over the information located in them. When you're finished, X out of that and hit complete step and move on to your next step. Step 7 is the parent and home use agreement for Chromebooks. Click on that link and this will pop up the home use agreement for Chromebooks. You may go over this information and verify any of this information. When you're finished, X out of that, hit complete step, and move on to the next step. Step 8 is the parent general consent form. This is also autofilled from last year, so you are able to edit information you may need. Please look at the drop-down, read each question, and then you may select yes or no for each of the drop-downs for these different questions. Once you have verified all of that information, you can change the date, hit complete step, and then move on to your next step. Step 9 is the health requirements. If you have any required forms that you will need to fill out, those are located here in the middle of your screen. These are links, so you can click on the link and it is going to take you to the appropriate form. When you're finished reading that information, hit complete step, and then move on to your next. Step 10 is the student health record for your student. You will select if they have any special needs or concerns with their health. This is pulled again from last year, so you can edit any of those fields. When you are finished, hit complete step, and move on to your next. Step 11 is for any of the fields you may have filled out in step 10. If you have selected a health condition in the previous step, please follow this link that's located in the box. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and fill out the appropriate action plan. All of the action plans are located at the very bottom of the page. When you're finished with that, hit complete step and move on to the next. This year, the school district is going to use EduLog, the parent portal, to display transportation information. This is going to be a new system for the school year, but it's not yet complete. It will be available August 1st. You can go ahead and download the app within the Google Play App Store or within the Apple App Store, and then you can fill out the information for what your student will primarily be: a car rider, a walker or a bike rider, or a bus rider. When you're finished with that step, hit complete step, and then move on to the next step. The Leader in Me survey is located in step 13. You will open that up, be able to take the survey. When you're finished, hit complete step, and move on to the next step. This is an optional step for the 21-22 concurrence form. If you are new to the district and you are interested in playing a sport, you can fill out this form and then turn that into the office. When you're finished, hit complete step, and then next step. This step is the driver's ed form. This is also optional. Click on the link if you are interested in this page. You can fill this out and turn this into the office. When you're finished, hit complete step, and then hit next step. The parking pass is also an optional form. If you need a MHS parking pass, please fill out this form. When you're finished, you can X out of that, hit complete step, move on to the next step. I can see that all of my steps are completed. It has a timestamp and a date. All of my required fields are finished. When I'm ready, I can click Submit Online Registration. You will then get an email sent saying that your registration has been submitted. It will not be finalized until the office has verified your proof of residency documents. We are so excited that you're going to be joining our district this year. Have a great year, and we are excited for the upcoming school year.